shouldn't have them, dumbass.
You're always
Dumbass, they're in my inbox. Your signed bitches are in my inbox. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass.
You're a dumbass.
Know what it is? It's Also Diva, the Hip Hop Oprah, and I'm here. Okay, this is exclusive because it's the NJWeedman. We're in Miami. But all of the success we talk about, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful thing. You gotta go through to get through. But the success that you get to, you get a whole bunch of haters. And I'm not gonna lie to you, me being who I am, I get it. But for something like this, I wasn't expecting it. And you said you came back from California with someone and you weren't by yourself. And fast forward to the last year, I got some videos sent to me. And it was really, I was disappointed just because I understand my position, but to send them to me and thinking that I would use them or put it out there as a story, it was like, wait a minute, I don't move like that. So we're talking about your group. Exactly, you're coughing on it. Come on, let it out.
Ex-partner.
Your ex-partner.
My ex-lover. My ex-girlfriend. I don't know. She was there. She was for a few years. Debbie Midday.
Damn, he dropping names. I think so.
That was her name.
We're gonna go there for real because we're here. So what had happened was they sent me 3 videos of something from your security camera in the joint, in Trent, and it looked like y'all were arguing with something that happened and you mushed her. And she's literally using that video right now to portray you as an abusive narcissist and ignoring you in the sense of all of what you've done and making it seem as if all of what you have is because of her. So what had happened was, it's your turn because
I'm hearing you. Listen, when you have a relationship, right, it's easy after relationship just to point out the bad shit and say it, especially if you feel scorned, right? It's easy to do that, right? I myself, notice I don't say anything about her, right? And anything I said about her before, even while things were bad, was all publicly and supportive things, right?
Right.
But I was living my own hell. You know, nobody ever talks about the dude who has a verbally abusive other, right? So she was really bad at that, right? Why didn't I take it? Why did I take it? Why did I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with we created a business, right? So let me back up a little bit. When I came back from California, like I said, I was suffering I was rebuilding my whole cancer thing.
Right.
I didn't have a driver's license. I was broke, right? Broker than I'd ever been in my life. That's when I came from California, being destroyed in California. So I was angry about being destroyed too, because here I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars and doing this, doing that, living my California life, and I felt like I won. That was when I wrote my book and everything. I thought the world was mine. And all of a sudden, bam, New Jersey destroys my life. I end up back. I go through a year's cancer shit. I get done the cancer shit. I have a job. I get a job at the Trentonian writing. I'm writing columns once a week on Thursdays. 1 week around New Year's. It wasn't New Year's, but around New Year's, around the first of the year, I said my New Year's resolution was to restart my California life in New Jersey. I want to reopen the Libertyville Temple in New Jersey. I was selling weed in California on Hollywood Boulevard, and it was called the Libertyville Temple. Libertyville Temple, you can Google it, the Libertyville Temple 2. I'm saying in this article that I'm going to do this. So anyway, long story short, my mind is focused on opening this place in Trenton, New Jersey, and going to war with the state. Like, you brought me back from California. I'm General MacArthur, and I came back with you. I said things like that. I put up a GoFund asking for money for somebody to help me help me do this, right? A couple people did donate money. And then I get this one inbox from Debbie Madeo saying that she didn't want to do GoFundMe, but she'd be my partner. Blah, 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 blah. Within a couple hours of talking on the phone, I took my GoFundMe down and bam, and met up with her. And I had seen her before. I met her before at different events. I met her. I noticed she liked everything on my Facebook. I knew who she was. I communicated with her on the phone once or twice. And then one day she responds like this to my ad. And she promised $30,000. And I thought I could get started with $30,000. I took my GoFundMe down. A day or two later, I was meeting her. A couple of days later, we were walking around Trenton looking for a place. Like, that's how it happened. Boom. 322 East State Street. We looked through the window, we called the number, we acquired the building. Boom. I'm on my quest. I have a partner. In the beginning, she promised return for her money, which she was investing in my own public persona Weedman, right? And she felt that if she could attach herself to this guy gets in the press all the time, this, that, the other, he's on his mission, and she invested in it, okay? And I was going to be the face of it, she was going to be the financier of it. And she did. I didn't take nothing away from her. She gave me $30,000. Rented the place, did this, did that, created this thing. I worked the internet. Within a few weeks of opening, on opening day, I had Wall Street Journal covers. I had the Philadelphia Inquirer, Fox 29. Like, they all covered Weedman opening this joint.
Yeah.
In Trenton, New Jersey, across the street from City Hall, around the corner from the federal building, which has a U.S. Attorney's office in it, and the governor's office that way. And he's going to war. So this was my stated public thing, right? And this lady helps me. And I find it funny that she uses the screen name Weed Stalker, because this is what I used to laugh about. This was our joke between us, that she was my stalker and she caught me, right? So for her to actually use that as her screen name, Weed Stalker, is kind of funny to me. Between me and her, there's a joke. She really named herself Weed Stalker online. When that's when I called her, I said she was a stalker, right? But and all relationships are not totally bad. I know all the good times we had too. But that's not what she's highlighting. She's highlighting a moment that, if you ask me, that's my perspective.
I'm about to do.
Fuck, man. Everybody watched Johnny Depp. Man, I lived Johnny Depp. I had a woman who constantly berated me, constantly talked shit, constantly embarrassed me in public. You know? Especially around black women. Especially around black women. She would show her ass, act all mean and nasty, whatever. I was more concerned, probably. Did I sell my soul? I don't know. But I was more concerned with keeping this business going, right? And I didn't want to have a war of roses over this business. My name is on, her name is on. Boom, we're running with it. The lease is signed by both of us. What do I do? There were so many times when there was decisions that I ran with that she hated. And most of the time I still did them. But now I have my partner who, in the beginning, when we first got together, within 2 months, was it my fault? Was it her fault? I don't know, but we both ended up fucking.
I was waiting for it.
And she was my business partner.
Because you said partner in the beginning, we know if y'all was together partners.
Yeah, we wasn't.
Financial partners.
We wasn't. Like I said, I felt like she was the stalker who caught me.
Because you did her.
And then she really did help me. She really did. Listen, I was broke as fuck. I just said I was. I just came from a year of fucking cancer, a year living in my mom's house. I was writing for the newspaper, and the newspaper gave me $100 an article. I would write 2.
Yeah.
So I get $200. That was my legal money.
$200.
$200 a week. That was my legal money. That's what I was making in in 2014.
I
Right?
got
That
a
was
question.
all I had.
And I'm cutting
Right?
you off on purpose. The fact that you only was getting $200 of legal money, you actually talking to her, meeting her, did you actually open up your vulnerability and telling her, being as transparent as you are now, just knowing what happened, did she know that you ain't had no money?
There are Captain Saber hoes,
Come on.
and there are Captain, or should I say, there are mystery lady Captain Saber bros.
Listen.
So she came waltzing into my life.
Because
To be
she
honest
saw
with
it,
you,
yeah.
I was broke, I was vulnerable, I was fucked up. Totally, I can admit all that. I just told you the circumstance. I ended up back in New Jersey. So I ended up back in New Jersey. I'm broke with ideas.
But you cute and could do it, so she wanted to stay. That's what it looked like.
She had a couple dollars. Next thing I know, boom, we're in business together. And a few months after the business, we started fucking. And then we were publicly a couple.
And she loved it.
And we did great things. But then, wait a minute, my personality, bam. First of all, I totally admitted to her early on, I fucked up both my marriages. I used to laugh and joke in my 20s. I was a dick slinger, fuck a gunslinger, I'm a dick slinger, right? So, I used to joke. No, let them other motherfuckers shoot at each other.
The weed man. That is Jersey sling.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so like I was
younger.
younger and dumber and this and that and whatever, and I was there, right? So, but any woman who's been around me, especially when I was younger, especially knew, yeah, good guy, this, that, the other, but he's gonna fuck around with you, right? So when I would meet them, I would tell them.
You would say that. My name's Ed. I fuck around.
No, I wouldn't say that, but real quick before I made any commitments, like, hey, I don't know what's gonna happen. I fuck everything up. Don't worry about it.
Who's like?
And I would admit that if I was in a serious relationship, but in between the serious relationships was me. When the internet came out and inboxes,
It was a rap. I'm more than sure.
I've been secret dick to lesbians. I've been some rich woman's play toy. I've been like. So it's always happened that I have a casual meeting with some woman and next thing you know she's inboxing me and wants to have a smoke out.
That ain't got nothing to do with dick.
I'm just saying, but these are things that I told her that happened in my life. I'm sorry, I don't know. And I admitted that I could not. Listen,
You don't think that triggered an insecurity?
But if you tell somebody then they still stay with you.
Then they ain't worried about it. Come on. I hear you.
So I did. I even wrote a book. In my book, I talk about that. I publicly know that is my issue when it comes to a long sustaining relationship, marriages, things like that. I fucked up. I don't know, I'm older now. Have I slowed down? Hell fucking yeah, I have. Just because I got older. I'm glad it's 2022.
I'm about to say, like, so.
They didn't have it 100 years ago.
No, they didn't.
I'm not talking, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not
You know what I'm talking about? Uh-oh, am I getting ready to say it?
Are you going to say it?
Viagra!
Look, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat it.
100 years ago, they didn't have it.
But look, you
so
got to
anyway,
for you.
in the year 2022, the old dick slinger is not the old dick slinger no more.
It's not the same.
I need Viagra too. No, I'm kidding.
I swear to God, give me a cup.
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
But seriously.
But I did admit all that.
Does that help you now? Or is that not even something that you're using?
What I'm saying
we'll
here,
get that later.
I'm not getting into the Viagra conversation.
No,
I'm really just saying that the things that I admitted to.
Yeah.
Some women run for the hills, as soon as I say it. Others don't. She did. Right?
She thought she could handle it.
Changed me. All that. I was her second black guy. The first black guy, I can tell you his name and her story because I remember she spilled it all to me in a very beginning. I can tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Right? But she has similar non-able to control conditions.
Oh, she's one of them?
Yes. Okay. I watched her, because I spent a couple years around her, I watched her with her husband Jim, her ex-husband Jim, her ex-boyfriend Jim. He's also, anyway, she mistreated him. He would come visit, he'd hold the kid, he'd take the kid, and she'd just be ready to just fuck over to that. And for whatever reason, he's still in love with her, but they're not together. Anyway, for temporarily, it was me.
Right.
But after that, like I said, at the beginning, we had fun and that. But this is my lifestyle. I want to go to the movies. I want to do this. I want to do that. She lived in her bedroom. Right now, I don't know what time is it. I don't care. I know she's in her bedroom right now. When she's watching this video, which I'm sure she'll watch, she'll be in her bedroom watching the TV because she lives in the bedroom, right? To me, that was like weird.
True.
Like,
it's more to life.
she had a nice house. She had a very nice house. I remember first coming over there. Oh, nice house. We ended up in the bedroom. And the bedroom looked totally different from the rest of the house. The rest of the house looked like it's nothing that like it's not lived in. And then the bedroom, it's like, wow, how many people live in here, right? No big deal, whatever, that's what it was. I was with us, I was watching TV, she would think that there was something wrong. I don't know, it was just weird, right, to me. The whole downstairs was nothing in it. I wanted to put things in. I remember like I wanted to redo the whole downstairs and finish it. She didn't want me to because I was trying to create a man cave in her house. I was like, okay. But I did other things though too. You know, she doesn't mention things I did. Recarpeted her whole house. Her pool seemed to sit out in the middle of the yard. Just general look, right? Sit in the middle of the yard. So I built the whole deck from the back of her house around her pool. Her fence looked like it was falling down. Like, so she did things for me and I did things for her. And for there was a while things were good. But just like things like her, just going to the movies. She didn't like going to movies. I like going to movies. How am I supposed to solve that? Me stop going to movies? No. I started going to movies by myself. Right? I have my little movie buddies. Right? She'd find out my movie buddies and she would act like I'm fucking them. I wasn't fucking them.
Friends.
I had friends, and this is the young lady who, whatever, she realized I like going to the movies. She could hit me up. Yo, hell yeah, I'm on my way, bam. Right. We would go to the movies, right? And that was like, yeah. And we was not having sex.
It's
boom. Little things. I like going to the casino, especially late at night. Boom. Shoot, do everything. She didn't go. After a while, family little buddy, and me and my little pig. My casino buddy. Boom. So she would attack all these people with that, man. After a while, me and her didn't even have sex. Publicly, we were still a couple. Publicly, I still lived in her house because, again, she invited me to live with her. I feel like the stalking guys got caught, right? And I liked her. Even right now, it's hard for me to talk.
Bad, but you need to say something about this video. So,
there was a long period of time that I felt trapped. But, and like I got locked up. Remember this too. I got locked up. When I got locked up, trust me, I felt so disappointed with a lot of people that I thought was really my whatever, right? And they didn't step up and do what she did. What she did was she connected me to the media, to the public. So when I did those 447 days, I was on fucking Facebook Live. I was doing radio interviews. I was doing all that. I was doing it because of Debbie, not from anybody else. Debbie did it. I so was infatuated with the fact that this woman was riding dying with me in jail, right? You had to be in prison or jail to have this experience where the only outreach to the world is this person. And it was her, right? Did it give me a really new sense of really liking her, really like feeling, yeah, it did. Sure. And she used to be like, yeah, but as soon as you get out of jail, you're gonna go back to doing this, that, and the other. And I could admit that was a possibility, but I was gonna give my best.
Yeah.
My best lasted about 10 months.
Right, you charge it to keep
I don't know, but it was my fault. I don't think it was my fault. Like, I come out and I'm fucking remorseful. I'm happy the fact that she kept the business while I was in jail. She negotiated with the landlord. She paid whatever she could pay to keep it going, right? The landlord never served as an eviction notice. There was two people who really needed me to win that case. The landlord and Debbie. Debbie had already invested money into the business. Even if she's to start business-wise, she needed me to win. So I get it that she helped me. Also, she didn't say it was all love, but it was also she was invested in me. If I went down and went to prison, it definitely would have went away, right? She would have lost the landlord. Who the fuck else is spending that kind of money in Trenton, New Jersey, on a storefront property, this, that, and the other, right? So, and I hustled the rent every fucking month. All of a sudden I'm locked up, and now she's sitting there trying to pay rent, right? So, anyway, boom, both of them wanted me to win, I win, right? I get out. I'm very fucking, as far as personal life, like grateful for her. And I'm trying to like, yo, you stood by me. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to make her see. She mishandled, fumbled that, and felt it was time to be mean and nasty. Like I wasn't like leaving. Like I wasn't like I took it because what she just did for me. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna whatever. She's in the right to be angry. She's going out. I had every excuse in the world for her.
But that's what I'm saying. Where did the anger come from? If you're home now,
it came from this
reciprocation I'm giving you.
While I'm in jail, at some point, very early, I made the decision to give her the passwords to my Facebook account, to my this, to that, so she can use that to communicate for me, right?
Ignoring your
No, not ignoring. I made a calculated decision. Could I survive when she finds out? And I was in a cage. She found out everything.
Oh my
She had everything. She had every communication. Even when somebody was out of the blue hit me up and said, whoever's running his website, tell him I said hi. Tell him I said good luck. I'm rooting for you. I put $50 on your account or whatever. Like those are the messages that would come in. She would scroll up
and see the rest of the conversation.
From like, this is one of the lovers from 5 years ago. This is what she saw every fucking thing, every secret communication, every wife.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip because you're gonna get out of your answer.
Right. So all this stuff, so she saw it all. So I get out of jail, and she's angry. She just stood by me publicly. I admit that she had a right to be mad and angry. I admit it. But she don't own me. We wasn't married.
That part.
She's reaching back to past shit. And still she's mistreating me.
Take a sip.
And I was very public.
Take a sip. The shit that she's putting on the internet. And understand, I am also Diva. The Hiphop Oprah. I was introduced to her, met everyone at the joint, came up with love, and
yeah, because you did meet her before all of this.
And she actually, her introducing herself is what she does, and I say fuck epilepsy heavily. And y'all see the shirts because I'm dealing with that. And when it comes to medicinal marijuana, we're buddies.
And she's a nurse.
Exactly. So
I remember y'all bonded. Yeah.
We're going to do an interview, and then I got 3 messages of videos. And then the one that she has on Instagram right now of you, I got that one. And she's literally making it seem as if everything that you just said is the awesome of your relationship wasn't shit, and the behind scenes of that was you being a beater to her. Do me a favor before you even say that. The video that she put on her Instagram right now, let them know what they're looking at, and then tell us what exactly it was. Because what is being portrayed is you punched her, she's on the floor, and shut the fuck up.
I take a mic detector test to anybody and I'll people to say I never punched, abused, didn't physically. What you see on that video is actually my reaction to her. And this was the second time that reaction happened. I will admit that too. And she was harassing me. By this time too, also, when you watch that video, right? If you look at the timestamp and everything, right? You can compare it to my Facebook page, and I have video which I have already provided to Also Diva, right? Where she admitted to hearing something before that we were not even considered a couple. My Facebook page reflected I said I was single. She said we were single. We were strictly business partners. But all her arguments were about where she thought my dick was. That's really what it was, right?
Where was she before that? Were y'all arguing about something?
No, in that particular video, I was on the phone. You notice I'm on the phone. And I'm on the phone talking to somebody who's accusing me of saying this, that, and the other on the phone, on my Facebook messages. And I'm walking from one room, heading towards my computer. I'm going to my computer, and I go to my computer. As soon as I get there, if you watch the video, as I'm going in the room, Debbie's charging up at me, right? I get to the room, and I instantly see my computer's open. My computer's open to my Facebook Messenger. I instantly know what the fuck just happened. And she knew what was getting, like, I just caught her on my computer, fucking communicating and talking shit to some woman that I was on the phone with. Yes, and it was, I'm like, what the fuck? I wanted to say something, and she's like, with her shit, you know, about, again, we're business partners now, and I have to be super sleuth. I have to hide my phone around, I have to cut the computer off around her, like all this stuff that I'm going through. And she's always attacking me. If I talk to any woman, sometimes she would attack me right in front of them and belittle me right in front of them, just like somehow if she belittled me in front of them, that this woman wouldn't be interested in me, right? But she would do stuff like this. Yeah, right. She would do stuff like this, right? So this is how I'm living my life at this point now, right? To me, I'm telling you, I fought to be the victim. So she, in that video, was charging at me, screaming about whatever the fuck she was. In fact, I remember who I was talking to on the phone.
Don't say their name.
I'm not gonna say their name, but this is my buddy I used to go to the movies with, right? And she got on the computer making all kinds of accusations, and she was saying, she wasn't making accusations, she was saying, you know I love you, you know this, you know that. And girls on the phone with me like, yo, you don't talk to me like this. What the fuck's going on? Why are you saying this? Right? I mean, yeah. So she like, and so I'm talking to her, and as I walk into the room, I look at my computer, and I know exactly what the fuck just happened. She was on my computer saying all kinds of bullshit. I turned around, and she's charging at me for the same reason, and I didn't lose my composure for a second, and I put her hand on her, my hand on her face, and pushed her back. And when the police, when my lawyers looked at it and evaluated it, they all decided, they all came to the conclusion that I did not assault her. If anything, legally, justifiably, it can be considered self-defense. She was the one coming at me. Now, I know morally and this and that, and they're supposed to put your hands on a woman. I totally understand that. And because that video happened, at first I was getting blackmailed about the video. If you notice, the video didn't come out until over a year or something later. But during that year, I got blackmailed by it. That video got sent to people that I was doing business with. You being one of them. There's this whole undermining of me using that video. I was supposed to pay $2,500 a week to keep the video silent at one point. I got the text and everything. Classically, I could have set somebody up and let them get arrested for a blackmail attempt. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. Right? If anybody wanted to call the police and get the police involved in something, I could have did that. I could have easily generated. I can still do it, to be honest with you. I have all the texts and everything. I can show I was being blackmailed, right? Over this video that they had already looked at and evaluated and said that I could, okay, I get it. So I get it. So she can portray it any way she wants, right? She can. And that's what she's done, right? But in the middle of this, what everybody also forgets is we were doing a reality show. We were taping a reality show. What she was all triggered about was something that the reality show producer had triggered her on also, right? The whole time we were filming a reality show, she was always exhibiting all these crazy screaming and ranting at me. The reality show people, they're filming it, right? They're saying that this is the fucking show. Fuck oddball couple. This chick is like, she belittles me. Publicly, this guy is this. He's publicly this. He's publicly that. It's Weedman highlight. Weedman this. But look at her, how she treats him, and how this, that, the other. And I was actually down on letting that be exposed, right? And to me, it would have made the show great. That scene, the video off my security camera, was me taking the video off and showing them how she has gone to the point to actually trigger me to react. And the term that was being used was reactive abuser. She's a reactive abuser. She's one of these people who will fuck with you, fuck with you, fuck with you, do this, do that, do this. And then when you react, the world just fucking right? Now she gets to say, you did this! When, right, and this whole super, and this happens with, there's other people that do this, and people don't kind of understand what I'm saying, right? But to have a camera crew around depicting this, right? Debbie in this reality show would not have been a fan favorite. You know what I mean? I can show you, no, because here's also what happened. Not only did she steal the video and post the video and use the video in a way that's not how the video was being used in the reality show. The reality show, it was showing how her behavior has made me come out of fucking character. Like I was saying, this is what. So she knew that was later. She didn't know it at first, but she knew later that she was being depicted as this ranting, raving bitch. But it's all on camera. She is, right? And she was directing at me, and here these cameramen are filming, and so all these times when she's ranting, I'm in fucking Miami, and she's in fucking New Jersey being videotaped, talking shit about me, right? So at some point, she realized how she's being depicted. She contacted the executive producer. I don't know if I should say it.
Don't say the name.
I ain't gonna say
Executive
his
producer.
name. But she contacted the anyway, long story short, they bail on the show. Okay. They bail on the show, no problem. But everybody thinks it would be a hit.
Yeah,
oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy. But she played this game of rescinding her release, which would have cost all this money to fight and argue about her release. The fact of the matter is her name was on the building, it was on the company, but not on the building. It's like this whole big legal argument about could she have given up the rights to release, or could she stop the rights to release of the building where it was being filmed at as an owner. So legally she actually really did stop the production of the reality show, right? Again, mean, nasty, you know,
She
like
seen like that. She
but it wasn't just that. Like she just imploded. Like she got to. I'm not dating her, but I'm doing this, doing that.
Outdoor.
Yes, and she's like, and she made a point that every time you talk to somebody, anybody that bumped into her in the last 2 years, the only thing she screams about is, "I made him. I this," and I'm sitting there like, yeah, she contributed for a good little portion of a segment of my life.
Yeah.
I have all these type of stories and things and accomplishments before I met her. Did she meet me when I was flat broke and I was coming up and I needed help from somebody and she helped me? Would have been somebody else a day later, a week later, 2 weeks later. I don't know what the whole idea was, but she helped me and we had a great little friendship for a little while. We had a disastrous fucking experience and whatever.
Did you give her her money back? She got $30,000 back?
Listen, did she get her $30,000 back? First of all, she very rarely paid any bills. I paid all the bills. I hustled for all the fucking bills. Money that came right from the restaurant, I very rarely collected it, very rarely touched it. I just left her to have the whole restaurant money. My hustle was something different. And my hustle game was very successful to the point that I paid all the bills. I bless people, I do other things, I do all that stuff. You know, the world changed for me.
True.
There've been no big investigations of people that just sell marijuana. That just sell marijuana. Don't kill nobody, don't deal in drugs, don't deal in heroin, don't deal in nothing else, but openly say you law enforcement practically pat you on the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're one of them good guys. Yeah, marijuana should be legal too.
Cause they smoke it when they get home.
Yeah,
Please.
so a guy as open as me has a pathway to success with marijuana right now. I'm NJWeedman. But anyway, her anger, listen to this. Her anger at us not being together anymore. And like, listen, I've had ex-girlfriends, I've had ex-friends, everybody doesn't flip the fuck out like she has, right? From my point of view, yo, she went to a lawyer. This lawyer should be disbarred for this too, by the way. But she went to this lawyer. I wish I had my phone. I'd pop up and say the lawyer's name right now. And she petitioned the federal government for patents, trademarks, and copyrights on me,
Oh.
on my face, on my logos. Like who does this, right?
That's not her.
So, yo, she claims that this is her logo.
You don't look like that.
And
You
I'm
didn't create
a
that.
living person. You cannot take the image of a living person and copyright it. That's one of the. I can copyright something that has Abraham Lincoln in it, but I cannot copyright somebody who's living. I'm fucking living. The lawyer should be disbarred for this. Somebody should attack this lawyer. I keep saying I don't want to be that petty and file a lawsuit against the lawyer. But to be honest with you, the lawyer should not have presented this just on the fact. I don't know if it's common knowledge, but I happen to have already. You can't copyright a living image, a person living. That's my logo. I've been using this logo since 2008. Memo did this. Emilio Padina.
Oh, well.
Memo created this for me because he said I walked around all the time with a joint in my mouth. Well, I was in LA when I did. That was my LA logo. I run it, but she just attempted to patent it and everything. She contacts everybody, which we're sure of you have got her contacts. She contacts, if I announce something and I'm doing business with somebody, she goes to my Facebook page and she hits up people who like things. A couple of these girls who've been on my boat and stuff like that, she has inboxed them.
Recently? Like,
It's a daily thing.
still.
Yes. And she creates all these fake names. The fact is her real name, the one she acknowledges, is Weed Stalker, is fucking funny to me. She's Weed Stalker. She sends all these videos to people. You know, a couple months ago, Seth Ferrantino, right? He is the creator, the director of that documentary, White Boy Rick.
Right.
Okay. Me and him get into a deal. We're filming something. We're doing something. That's another little side thing that I could
I'm gonna be back.
pop the champagne at,
at,
right? So this is what, like, she contacted him with different things. She's contacted different people in California, Los Angeles, just movie people, things like that. In a deliberate purpose to undermine me and portray me using the whole Me Too attitude, paint me in this picture of. And then I have all this video of her mistreating me, and I haven't released any of it. But I'm going to give it to you right now. I hope you use it. I gave you some video. And notice, when you're watching this video, she has a mic on.
Come on.
We're filming a reality show. She never mentions those things when she talks about this incident on video. That they are videotaping, and they push buttons, and they put her in motion. They're videotaping our argument. She doesn't say that. She never mentions they talk about the $30,000 when she left, when she got mad, she refused to sign the lease, she got her name off of the fucking lease, she's not on the lease, she left the business on her own. If you read what she writes, she says that I stole it from her, right? Our savings for the building that we were about to require to get before she went bonkers was $250,000. I know she took $250,000 and paid to a lawyer, a mutual lawyer we got, so I usually don't say that she stole $250,000 and ran off with it, but she stole $220,000 and ran off with it. She bought her building that she's in right now in Franklin Township, New Jersey, was bought with the money that she stole. Or, at the time, I said, good riddance, thanks for the $30,000 additional investment. Bye. That's how I thought about it. She doesn't mention that. There's nothing she talks about. Could I have tried to fucking file a lawsuit or something after her over the money? I probably could have. I could have tied her up. I could have screwed up her fucking finances and done things like that. Over the $250,000, but I didn't. I said good riddance. And if I sued her, she would have had to respond with getting a lawyer and spending money. Come on. I know how I can hustle. I know what I can do, and what I set my mind to do, I'm going to do it. And that's how I've always been. I'm glad she was there to help me. We had a relationship that I don't even talk shit about. But
She misses
it turned into a crazy situation at the very end, and she portrayed she's lying. And then the crazy thing about it was, she shot this story to numerous media outlets that declined to take it. You being one, right? And I've talked to different reporters and everything, they're all talking about it. And she's like pitching this argument, and the first thing they said was they're looking at it, they're like, well, it doesn't really look like what you're saying, and why did this happen, and what did the police say?
That's the part.
And then when the police did it, I did it with a lawyer, everything, right? So, okay. You know what lawyer, you know what writer decided to write that? His name is Isaac Avaluka.
And who does he write for?
He writes for the Trentonian. I used to write for the Trentonian too.
We heard you.
And the crazy thing about this is I'm cool with the staff there to this day. The editor, past reporters, a couple of columnists. I'm cool and have nothing to say, but Isaac, the reporter there, Isaac, for some reason, when I met him, I think he was one of the dudes who were jealous of dudes like me.
Yeah.
He's like, I remember feeling that feeling that this dude was like a dude that was jealous of me. And he wasn't jealous of me about anything about the weed or anything like that. I think he was jealous of me like he's around women. Right? And that's what I remember thinking. And the fact of the matter is, I had met his wife, I knew his wife. She was a public defender. And because she was a public defender, just before she was married, I became friendly with her. Not friendly like anything sexual. I thought she was she was intellectually, I'm a nerd. So some of the things like law and concepts of fighting cases, emotions and things are like
great
I don't find a lot of people that can have that conversation with me. I can have that conversation with her to this day. Even to this day, occasionally we call and talk about different legal shit, right? I've been we fell into the friend world. I never hit on her or nothing, but she was my friend. All right. At some point, this dude, again, another reason why he probably pissed at me. I don't know why, not my problem. But he got, again, we're both cancer victims, so I can't knock you, but he got ball cancer, testicular cancer. He got one of his balls cut off. All right. As a pretty wife, you probably might know. You can't satisfy. But anyway, that's a whole other story. But anyway, he didn't like me because he always thought that me and his then wife was more than that. And we weren't. We absolutely weren't. I take a lie detector test on that too. I never kissed her, never touched her, never even had a conversation like that with her. But this reporter at the Trentonian thought that. He's the one that wrote the story. That when Debbie said it to him, he was happy to write a story like that. He wrote this story. I had other reporters say it was a good story. I don't even know why. Or why they do that. Yes.
It's in Trent,
yes.
And the Trentonian writes this about it because
the hometown paper, the paper I would vote for, right? But they had a hater on staff, and the hater on staff has his own history. His wife has his own. I don't know if she's going to see this and respond to it or not. I probably said more than I should, but you know what? That's the truth. After the story came out, she couldn't believe that he was writing that story, and then she told me about his abusive things with her. Actually, I already knew about it, but she reiterated a few things and said what a hypocrite, all that stuff. So she has her own story, her own true life story about that. And she said he wouldn't want somebody to write about that. I actually tried to solicit her to write, to do a blog, to tell her story about him. But I didn't have that. I didn't have that type of relationship with Debbie. At the end, for her to paint me up this way, and as far as like, did I hug her at the truck too? Again, if you watch the whole video, I'm laying on the couch minding my own business. When she gets there, it's my business. I'm sitting in the back room laying on the couch. She shows up. At this point, her name is off the lease. She's still just barging in. She still is coming. We're not arguing about that. I'm just gonna let her whatever. She really doesn't have the legal thing here. We're filming a reality show though, so she can keep on filming. I'm glad she's fucking filming this reality show with me. was laying on the couch. She came in talking shit, and I'm on the phone. And with the things she was yelling, I was talking to a woman. And the things she's yelling are, "He's got community debt." That's what I remember her saying. It made me get up. And I leave. And I go outside. But she said a couple other things, like she's trying to yell things so that the person on the phone can hear her. Right. So I walk outside, I get in my truck, I'm sitting in my truck. If you watch the video, I'm sitting in my truck. And she comes walking up to the truck and she's yelling. She's yelling those same type of things. I wind down the window and I try to mug her, like, get the fuck out of here, like, leave me alone. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm on the defensive, if you ask me. And when the police, when my lawyers, her lawyers, when they zoomed in and spread, I missed her.
But even before
that, I did try to mug her, and I had an open hand.
So
it wasn't a punch.
Right.
It was an open hand, and I wish you could hear me. But what I was saying was, get the fuck away from me. Leave me alone. We weren't girlfriend, boyfriend. Technically, were we still business partners? Only because she hadn't left yet. She already stole the money. She already refused to do anything. Yo, we were trying to get PPP loans. I couldn't get a PPP loan because she wouldn't sign no fucking paperwork. We could have got hundreds of thousands of dollars. People that just made fake shit.
Yeah.
Got
to go to jail.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I had a legitimate business, but my business partner, I could not really sign something without her being a part of it. So we just missed out on all of that. She refused to leave, this, that, and the other. But I can show you a video where she says she would leave. She wants to leave. She's going to leave.
And she ain't going to work. Because she wants you to see all the success that you're in for her not to be great.
As far as being paid back, she had plenty of money. Every one of my employees would testify to that. And you know what the funny thing is? I can go back the whole 7 years. I probably couldn't find maybe one employee that would testify for her positively. Anybody else, any staff member, any employee, nobody liked her.
He sounds petty.
It was like I had the vicious dog on the block. Nobody came near me and talked to me because when I had my dog with me, and when I had my vicious dog with me, they would, I love my dog, it was my great dog, but nobody else liked my dog. So that's how I felt when I had her as a business partner. I had this little vicious dog, nobody liked her and everybody, but my dream was to keep going forward.
And you hear it, everybody that come with you can't go with you. And just off of what you're telling us alone and in seeing what you've shown us, the success of what you've done in spite of all of what you've gone through, it seemed like she wanted a piece and some acknowledgement to the end. Like, hey, I helped you, keep on saying thank you. No, wait, no, I did this too, but it's like,
she wants to burn it all, she wishes she could burn it all down.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. And was she a period in my life? Yes. I could say my first wife, my second wife, this girlfriend, that girlfriend, this business partner dude, this business partner guy was all part of my life at some point too, but she's the only person from my past that acts like, you wouldn't be here without me. And because I'm not there, I'm gonna burn it all down. And I'm gonna, anything I can say to fuck with you, to fuck with you, to this, to that, to contact anybody you know, I'm gonna do it. And that's what she's doing. And I don't even know if I fell for the blackmail attempts if that would work. If I had succumbed to giving her all these things, blackmail attempts, which I can show you too, right? If I hadn't done that, would she have just gone away?
But
I don't think so.
What's the most extreme blackmail attempt that you've got?
I think it was the Tesla. Demanding that I buy a Tesla.
By her?
First of all, yes. First of all, the car that she's driving right now, this was after we broke up. This is 2019. This is February. I'm just being nice, and I buy her a Range Rover for Valentine's Day.
Shut up, Edward. This is why she's angry.
She's not
my
girlfriend at that point.
They get chocolate, flowers.
I gave her the cash.
Damn range.
And whatever. But anyway, later, I'm telling you, like, it got crazy. Like, I can show you the emails about her, the text messages. My lawyer was involved at one point to see if we can fucking resolve this. Should I give her this amount of money over the next 6 months for her just to go away and keep her video? there was whole discussions on that. And it's all text, all this, all that. So for her to go to the newspapers and depict it as something else and put it on her Instagram, depicting it as something else, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's two sides to everything. And
well, it's three sides. I'm telling the truth. Yeah. It's your side, her side, and the truth. I'm not saying that anybody's lying, but everybody's saying it.
I can show you. Like I said, watch just play this video. That's her demeanor. I have lots of video like that. Lots of video. It was supposed to be part of a reality show.
But she wants you back.
I have all the video of the reality show in its original form. What we had to do because of her trying to stop the reality show, we attempted to cut her out and re-edit the whole thing. When you re-edit the whole thing, it changed everything. It made it not sellable. It made it like it was a constant something else.
So we ain't doing a reality show.
Right so
here
she screwed
in the dividend at the joint in Miami, because I'm gonna get in your business and you're gonna tell us what's up.
I might drop it on YouTube myself.
Ooh.